Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? How you doing tonight? Welcome for another moment with Michelle Green and her KBBU graduates. If this is your first time watching us, listen, my name is Michelle Green and I am the founder of a business school. That's right. We have a whole university that is set aside for students from all across the world. And what we do is we take them through our semester course and allow them to graduate with certifications. Listen, and they establish their businesses, they bring in new businesses, all sorts of opportunities here for the elite entrepreneur. So today we have another special guest graduate that's coming to the stage. So y'all give your round of applause. Welcome for Miss Michelle Oliver. Woo!
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Michelle, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, and I hope you are.
I am. I'm doing great, doing great. Listen, so
Good.
guys, we have another Michelle in the house. Hey! All right. So Michelle, basically how did we meet when we first connected? Let's talk
Well, when
about
we well when we first met, it was through one of my coworkers, which happens to be your husband, Mr. Green.
what?
Mr. Green. So I started out on the credit side, and then we had a discussion, and then I got introduced to KBBU.
Woo! Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So that's right, guys. I want you guys to pay attention that in every one of these graduation commentaries that we are doing, how we connected. So that shows you that as an entrepreneur or as someone just trying to do life, you don't have to do life alone. It's always a collaboration, a connection, a network, a way to get connected to people that are phenomenal individuals all throughout this world. And especially if you're trying to build something, listen, you definitely want to make good connections. So, like-minded people, I'm so glad that my husband, you and him used to work together, and you asked him, I guess, about credit, and that's how we initially connected through the credit repair business that I have on the other side of the track. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Then you came through the credit repair program, and after finishing that years ago, then you took a look at our business school. Now, what led you to a business school? Were you interested in starting a company? What was going on there?
Yes, I've been wanting to start a company for years. And actually, I did start it, but I didn't know how to go through the process to complete it, to get actually where I needed to be. So it was, trying to get all the information needed to get started. So that's how I ended up at KBBU.
Wow, wow. So, as a person, as a company, basically, what I was looking at in the past is, I wanted to keep the businesses separate. Even though when we initially started KBBU, we had it under the umbrella of KBCR, which is the credit repair company. But when we separated the companies in 2021, we decided to, try to leave the business school in one arena and leave the credit repair in the other. But the way that you came to know about KBBU was because we finally decided to start collaborating with our credit repair clients to let them know what all we did. And you called me one day and then it just happened. And we was like,
Right.
okay, you coming to class.
Right. Yep, it's time.
Yes. So I want to say to all of those out there, especially entrepreneurs that have different industries, different types of businesses that they own, listen, you can cross reference. It's actually a good thing. It's something that people will benefit from, especially like in our case where we had the business school and we have the credit repair business. We've had a lot of students that come through KBBU that originally came from our credit repair organization, and coming through that program, it was an extension, so to speak, of the credit repair company. So I'm just grateful that we got a chance to collaborate, because a long time ago I was like, I'm not connecting those two companies. I'm not going to
Mhm.
share, that information with the credit repair. They might not want to know about that. But lo and behold, little did I
Mhm.
know, so many people really were looking for this solution.
Right.
So yeah, so you came through KBBU, and what was your first experience like? Day
Um,
one.
it was awesome. But the one thing that I really liked about it, how it you aligned it with God. Like because we don't understand how businesses and the way God aligned things are actually the same.
Right,
So
right.
learning that was key for me.
Wow, that's huge. That's really huge. So, listen, everyone, if you're watching us for the first time in our business school, what we do is we try to teach the kingdom of God in parallel with how business works, because God has a whole organization, the kingdom of heaven. And so, in his operation, he wants us to duplicate our businesses on earth that he's given us in the same manner. But who knows how to do that? That's what we have at KBBU. God has gifted us in the skill set of learning how to collaborate our businesses with his kingdom. And it is an amazing thing to see. Even as I teach, I still learn, because I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, God, we talked about this before. We're going into this subject next. And it's like, wow, he just shows something new to me every time in every course. Yeah. So listen, you went through business setup, business credit and funding, business management, and business marketing and sales. Those are our four core courses. So tell me about, what did you take away from each course? Or if you want to just give me an overview of what you learned collectively, that's fine as well.
Okay. Well, I learned about the steps, on what steps I needed to take, you know, in the beginning, from the first start. What did I need to do? And getting the license, what I needed to do there, and doing my business plan, because that was one of the things that was kind of holding me up, because I didn't know how to write a business plan, or to get my LLC, to get my business license and that type of thing. So all of that, going through all of those courses, it was a stepping stone. And that's what I like. It was the setup part, the funding part, even the credit part. All of that has helped me to move forward, because now I know in what order I need to do things. And it's like, if you don't have the first step done, you can't get to step number 5. You always got to, so just like a child, you always got to crawl before you walk. So
Yes, indeed. So one of the things that we do at KBBU also is, we try to align things in order where it makes sense for you to do one thing before you do the next thing. For example, most entrepreneurs step out and they want to go into business marketing and sales, right, Michelle?
yes.
And that's usually like the first thing outside of business credit and funding. But before you have your funding, you have to have your business in a certain order, a setup. So we make sure that you are prepared before you get to those stages of making the money through the credit and funding, or receiving any funding. Then we look at, with marketing and sales, you need to know the right operational systems and how to work those systems before you can get out there and start marketing. Otherwise, you may take on too many people, and then what are you going to do with all those people if you don't have the right system in place, right?
Right.
So it is an order, it is a system. So thank you for sharing that. Now, did you have a favorite out of the four courses when you were going through?
Well, the favorite was the management part, because um, you talked about time management. And time management seems to be the worst thing for me. It's like, even though we have 24 hours, I need 48. because it's like, okay, I can't get everything I need to do in those 24. So it's like, okay, but now that you broke it down and you know how we're supposed to focus, like every 4 hours, you're supposed to break everything down every 4 hours. It's like, okay, then the light bulb came on for me. And it's like, okay, so that's what I've been kind of working towards now, trying to piece things together.
Wow, that is amazing. And you are the second student that said business management was their favorite. And that's unusual. Most people say it's either the marketing or the credit piece because those are the two uh, classes that most people want to take anyway. So that is huge. And that's what I was telling one of your classmates that I enjoy the management piece most of all, even though my specialty is in business credit and funding. Like, that's crazy. But I love it. I love it so much because of the different systems, the order, making sure things are in place. And it takes a lot, like you said, to understand how to function as a business owner when you are out there and you're trying to balance your personal life as
Right.
well as your business life. It's like, how do you mesh those two together? And
Right.
so we have a system where God has shown me, guys, to break down our 24-hour increments. And that's in a 4 hour increment. I'm just giving y'all a little bit of, a little tip here and there out of every session that we have so that y'all can walk away with something. But it just makes sense for us to break things down into the smallest way that we can possibly do it so that we can manage it better.
Mhm.
Yes, yes, yes. So you came through KBBU, you went through all four courses. Man, and how was the homework and the testing in the courses
Oh
that you
goodness. Oh man, it was many days where I was scratching my head. I'm like, what? Like what? But it got easier. It truly started to get easier. Because it was like a building block. So the first one was like, okay, it was it was just getting started, and then it built from there. So that made it a little bit easier by the time I got to the end. Even the test, okay, after it started getting easier, every test I took, but that first one, oh my goodness, it was like, I mean, what you think it is, it's like, no, it wasn't.
No, no, it really does. One of the things that we do is make sure that when our students are learning, they have to be able to think outside of the way that they normally think.
Yes.
And that is done by design. We don't want you to think just like your average person. We want you to be able to see things from different perspectives and pull in different ways that you can handle a situation. So that's why the tests are usually, for most, it's very hard because most of us are used to, when we take tests, we are memorizing the information, not really understanding it to the point that we could apply it in our life. So keywords are indicators in our testing and our homework. We want to make sure that you guys understand fully. So we have fun creating those tests, but I tell you the truth, I've gone back and taken my own tests, and I haven't failed, but I've missed a few. And I'm like,
Um,
wait a minute, I created the test.
right. Right.
But we have a lot of fun at KBBU. So that was just a little thing in the bucket, a little check off mark that we just try to implement to make sure that you guys are getting what you need. Yes, indeed. So you came through the course, you finished all four core courses: business setup, business credit and funding, business management, and business marketing and sales.
Yes.
So, as a person who has finished all four courses, how does that make you feel? Like, what would you say to someone after taking these courses that were looking at KBBU for the first time?
Well, I would tell them that, if they're unsure, KBBU will definitely help them to get it figured out. because you will give them everything that they need, not only, on from an earth realm, but from a spiritual realm. So
Woo!
yes, it would be awesome. I mean, because when you think about it, okay, this is how God created heaven and earth, so hey, same foundation.
Same foundation.
Yes.
Yes,
And
yes.
and that you and the coaches are awesome. Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, if it wasn't for you all, I tell you it would be rough.
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah, I can imagine, and the coaches who have also been students have said the same thing. So,
Right. I mean, because honestly, it was many days. It's like, okay, it's a little bit too much. Like, okay, I want to give up, and it's like, no, you gotta. You all encouraged us to keep pushing, keep moving. Like, okay, you can do it. You can do it. We're here to help you. So all of that, help motivate us.
oh, I
Yes.
love
It's
that.
like,
Thank you
no,
so much.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. So that is something that we try to really enforce. Most places that you go, people may give you the information. And sometimes you don't get all the information, but you get a little corner of it and you're paying thousands of dollars for it. At KBBU, we want to make sure you get everything, and we're going to encourage you. We're going to inspire we're going to check in on you from time to time and make sure that you are staying the course, that you're following that path that God has put in your heart, because we want to make sure that you achieve what it is that you set out to do. We don't want anyone to walk away from KBBU and feel like that they just wasted their money and their time. We want to make it worth your while, and that's what we definitely emphasize at KBBU all the time, all the time, every class, every time we're talking to a student, no matter who they are or where they're at. Listen, we're gonna make sure that you're pushed. You're gonna make sure we're gonna make
Yes.
sure that you're okay. Yes, indeed. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. So now that you have completed KBBU, what did you achieve while going through the courses?
Well, right now I am legal.
Woo!
I am truly a business owner.
Whoa! You're a business owner! Hey! So you came
Yes.
from KBBU and you didn't have a business initially.
No,
Wow! So you started from scratch.
I did. I did.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness! Tell us
Mhm.
about what that's been like.
Oh, it's been awesome. It has been um it helped me to feel free, because it's like, okay, now, I'm working on something for myself and not have to work for someone else. So, and then it's about doing something that I dreamed about for so long,
Oh,
for so long.
oh my goodness! So let's talk
Yes.
about your business. What's the name of your company?
It's Divine Distinction Elite Academy.
Divine Distinction Elite Academy. All right, so this sounds like a school. What is it exactly?
Yes, it's a child care center.
A child care center. I
Yes.
love that. So
Mhm.
listen, are you taking like is it going to be for certain age groups? What's your target market?
Well, it's going to be young children from 6 weeks to 5. And then I'm going to do after school. So it's
Oh,
going to be, yes, it's going to be from like 6 to 12.
woo! Listen, I'm going to tell this to my daughter cuz she's about to pop another baby out. So
So bring them to me. Bring them to me.
yeah, so 6 weeks on up to after
Yes.
school.
Yes.
And you'll have your information. Let's go ahead and get that up so people can contact you. So if you can share with them how they can reach you.
You can reach me at 833-633-4847, or at info@ddeacademyllc.com.
Awesome, awesome. And as far as the academy itself, and I see I made an error. Sorry, I said 4846, but it's 4847, guys.
No,
Um,
it's 4846.
oh, it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4846. So that information is
Right.
correct that we just showed. Let me
Yep.
bring that back up. So if you're interested in talking with Michelle about getting your child in her academy, go ahead and contact her now because you're taking like pre-registration right now. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Pre-registration right now, meaning that you may have a waiting list that you have to wait on, but she will get you in there where you're supposed to be with your kid. Listen, give her a call, email her. She can tell you all about her program. Now, in this program, I know you love kids.
I
So
do.
tell us a little bit about your desire for to do this academy.
Okay. So how it got started is I was a single parent, and just having to, and not only being a single parent, I was a shift worker. So I worked on a night shift. And as you may know, finding someone to keep your children at night, or
Woo.
centers being open early, centers being open early in the morning,
Yeah,
usually that don't happen when the schools close. You have no place to put your children.
that's right.
Well, I want to change that. I want to make it to where I'm open in the evenings or weekends, by appointments, or, even when the schools are out, I'm, working on trying to find someone that will be able to do holidays and, that type of, just to make it a little bit easier for parents. When we were coming up and we were raising our kids, we had a village for real. We had a real village when it
Yes.
came to our kids, like now it's not that way, so it's like I'm trying, I want to make it easier on the parents.
Exactly, exactly. And that is such a need. I remember in my 20s when my older kids were, small and I would have to take like the first shift jobs, even though I'm not a morning
Right.
person. And trying to stay on a schedule and work and take care of my family. I had two young girls and I was single parent too. So I understood like, I really had to be I really had to find someone that I trusted that would do right by my kids, and you don't want to leave your kids with anybody because, anything could happen. But I
Mhm.
just remember that being such a struggle for me. It was like nothing was consistent. So for you to establish an academy where children from 6 weeks old, as early as 6 weeks on up, can actually come to your academy, and then you're offering weekend care in addition to being able to get them after school and even up until the late hours of the night. Like, that is huge. That is just unheard of. People don't want to really care for kids on weekends, and like you said, kids are out of school right now. Kids, they're out of school right now and running rampant. Okay.
Right.
I got 10-year-olds, so I know. And so, to have the opportunity to still be able to be open for care during the times of holidays, because just because the kids are out of school doesn't mean the parents are out.
Right,
They're
that's
not out of
true.
work. And a lot of times kids have to go home. They have to go home by themselves and, or
Mhm.
go to the neighbor's house. And you just don't know how safe that is. So I think that what you're doing is going to be such a impact for the community, and hopefully you can expand throughout other cities and states all
Yeah.
throughout the world. Is that
Yes.
your goal?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So listen, if you're interested, you see Divine Distinction Elite Academy information is on the screen. So definitely reach out to her. Like I said earlier, she's taking pre-registration right now. So we come to the end and we want to have you guys turn up your volume and let's give a shout out to Miss Michelle Oliver for graduating.
you. Thank you.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Thank
Woo!
you.
Woo! 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 Go! 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 I'm so excited for you. You really did it. You came through. You finished, even though it was some hard times. But listen,
Yes.
anything worth having, there's going to be a journey, a process in
True.
it.
True.
So I'm so glad that you came to the class. I remember having that first conversation with you about coming, and you was like, okay, I'll think about it. Okay. And it was like, okay, but then you actually came through, and I was like, so excited because I knew that you were going to come out a better person, a different person, someone that was really going to have everything in order. And now you're on your way to transitioning from employee to employer, and that is
Yes.
phenomenal. That is phenomenal.
Yes. Thank
I
you.
love that. You're welcome. Congratulations. So, how does it feel to be a graduate?
It feels awesome.
Woo! Yes, I love it. I love it. So, do you have any last remarks for anyone that would be taking a look at KBBU for the first time? Anything that you would like to share about your experience, or just something that you would like to say?
Well, I will tell you this, all the information, all the help that was given, it's like it's hands down, KBBU is where you want to be. They are very supportive. You know, you will never feel left out or alone. And it's not just Michelle and the coaches, but it's everyone else in the class. We're like a family. You know, we're here to support one another, encourage one another, and are very respectful of one another.
Wow. Thank you so much.
KBBU all the way.
Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that so much. I really do. So, listen, if you're interested in KBBU, if you're taking a look at us for the first time, our new students have the opportunity with two different options. The first option is to come in as an individual coming through doing our strategy sessions. So, our strategy sessions, you can sign up at any time. We will get started. It lasts for 5 months. So, we would meet every 2 weeks, whatever day according to your schedule and mine. And that way we can establish from the beginning of starting a business plan, your original idea of what you want to do in business, or if you don't even know what that is, we will help you to formulate that business by looking at the things that you love, looking at the things that you may already be doing to help to get your business started and to finish off with you an established company. So the second option for you to come in as a new student would be to come to our undergraduate class. In our undergraduate class, that is where Michelle has just graduated from the 5-month semester course for the fall semester. She has just graduated. So this is what we have been discussing. In this course, you are going to be all virtual with other entrepreneurs, and those entrepreneurs will be from anywhere in the world, all different types of industries. So you have an opportunity to have a family of other business owners that are like-minded, just like you, to come in and be able to collaborate with, to be able to share, possibly even have as a client, or you to become their client. Either way it goes, we just help one another. So in that classroom setting, we meet every Wednesday from 7:30 to 9 p.m. And that class will begin on January the 31st of 2024. And what you do with those classes, listen, when you come out of those classes, you too can be just like Michelle here. You can definitely be an established business owner. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. So We have a lot of fun in those classes, and we do have open registration right now for a down payment of only $100. And then we'll run that course through May 29th of 2024. So 5 months, and you will be amazed at all the things that you will learn and how you will grow in those courses. And then if we have any KBBU alumni in the house, hey, so KBBU alumni, we have created a course for you to come back to school. And that course is our new KBBU Master's Class. So, Michelle, are you coming to the Master's Class?
Yes, I am.
Master's Class in the house! Oh, yes, I love it. I love it. So, yes, we have our new master's class for the KBBU alumni. They will be starting on January the 27th. So, they will be starting a few days before our undergraduate class. That'll only be one Saturday out of the month, but we also are going to offer individual strategy sessions that we'll be meeting with you guys. We have so many surprises for you in this master's class. And just remember, you can't get to the master's class until you take the undergraduate class. So go ahead and get in now so that when the master class comes back around in July, you'll be able to participate in that course. But listen, in the master's class, KBBU alumni, we're going to be offering some grant giveaways. That means that we are on KBBU are paying a grant writer to come in, and we're going to give away free grants for a grant writer to write you a grant so that your business can be funded. Not only are we doing that, but we're bringing in some millionaires, some billionaires to come in and speak to you guys, to give you advice on the journey of how to operate, how to be interactive in your company and flourish and grow. And this is something that we have never done before. So listen, it is going to be an amazing journey. If you haven't signed up for KBBU's masterclass as a KBBU alumni, then you need to go to the website right now, www.kbbulllc.com, or you can call us at 855-522-8552. Again, that's 855-KBBU-LLC, or you can email us at info@kbbullc.com. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us for your graduation commentary. We are so grateful to have had this conversation. Woo! Shout out to Michelle Oliver. I am so happy for you, for real.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So listen, guys, if you haven't connected with us on social media, we are at kb.michellegreen everywhere. So go ahead, set your notifications. Make sure that you are connected and collaborating with us on social media. We're on Facebook. We're on, I'm not going to mess this up, the X, which is Twitter, was Twitter. We are on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on LinkedIn, and we're even on Threads. So if you go to kb.michellegreen anywhere, we are there. Connect with us, like, share, tell a friend about us, and you yourself connect with us. We would love to help and collaborate. We come and do speaking engagements, all sorts of things that we can work together on. So let us know who you are, and definitely we will connect with you, and like and share, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. You guys take care. Bye-bye.